Hey, Danny Lee here, joining the conversation again. I just wanted to um, share a few thoughts on this situation where Senator Mitt Romney from Utah has decided to publicly come out and vote against the president in this situation. And by doing so, he's alienating himself from the rest of the Democratic Party. And it appears as though he's committing political suicide and bringing extra problems and challenges to himself and his family. Do I agree with his decision? I do not agree with his decision, but as somebody who shares his faith, I don't know him personally. I've seen Mitt Romney a couple of times. I've seen him at church in Park City, Utah, and I believe he appears to be somebody who is true and faithful as far as the standard of members of my church. But I don't agree with I don't agree with his decision. I don't think that I don't for me I don't have a personal stake in whether or not the president of the United States is um, is impeached or not. I would not like to see it happen because I wouldn't like to see it happen with any president. I think it would be just a down moment for America in general. But for me, I don't have any personal connection to the president either way. I think he's funny. I think he's inappropriate. I think he did some inappropriate things. I don't think it's enough to get him voted, and that's why I disagree with Mitt Romney's vote. I do, however, support Mitt Romney in his conviction, in at least his perceived conviction. I think he would have no reason other than it's his conscience to do this. I don't think it gives him any benefit to. And I think I would like to see more of this. I think I'd like to see more senators and politicians in general act more like statesmen and less like politicians. I would like to see them vote their conscience. I would like to see them act for themselves and not toe the party line. And so I support Mitt Romney. I stand with Mitt Romney. I don't think he deserves to have any hate coming his way, which he already is getting some, it seems. I'm not too connected with the the media and the news right now. I'm pretty disconnected, but from what little I've seen, it seems as though it's inappropriate attacks coming his way. It seems to be personal attacks. Um, I think that everybody has an agenda. I think even Mitt Romney can be perceived as having an agenda. Did he do this to get back at the president for their squabbles? That's a point that is to be considered. However, ultimately, I don't believe it's would be his motivation. I believe it does rest on his conscience to vote the way he did. I think also there is an agenda from the left and from the right here. I think the left obviously has their reasons for wanting to make the president look bad. He makes them look bad constantly, and I think the right would just want to protect the president because it would make them look bad if the president was impeached, being a Republican president. So I think there's all sorts of agendas here. I think there's all sorts of nuance. Ultimately, I support Mitt Romney in his decision, and I don't agree with the decision, and I wouldn't make that decision myself. Although in his position, I would definitely have to, in Mitt Romney's position, I would definitely have to do more soul searching than I am doing now on the subject. Tell me what you think. Do you agree with Mitt Romney? Do you not agree? What are your reasons? Do you think the president should be impeached or not? What do you think? Let me know.